India versus Pakistan, October 14th. That was the date, that was the month in which everybody's attention was on ever since the schedule was released in June. 100 days later, we are just about 2 days away from a mega clash. There is going to be a lot of passion, there is going to be a lot of emotion, lot of tension. But is it really worth it? In certain lives that I have done in the past, I have said that the India versus Pakistan rivalry is not a rivalry. In the modern era, everybody is talking about a big ticket India versus Pakistan match. But there is no reason to explicitly believe that an India versus Pakistan clash in terms of cricket is a sporting rivalry, to even say the least. Yes, that term could have come in the 90s and in the starting of the 21st century, but not anymore. To call an India versus Pakistan a cricket rivalry or the greatest contest ever is actually very misleading, because you've never had that. In the past decade, the nature of wins that India or Pakistan have had has been so lopsided that you wonder, why does it have to happen? Why does it have to be called the greatest rivalry? Because the numbers dispel that particular notion. Sure, there is a tense rivalry when it comes to the T20I format. 2022 was a classic case, 2007 was a classic case, 2012 was a classic case. Bilaterals, that is, not even in the World Cups. Now, in the ODI World Cup, you are going to see in the next 2 days the greatest contest ever, the greatest rivalry ever. But why? There isn't an India versus Pakistan rivalry. It is just a rivalry that is born out of ego, out of political tensions, out of past tensions. Modern era, there is nothing called as an India versus Pakistan rivalry, and I'll prove it to you. Because everybody will be harping upon the 7-0 head-to-head advantage that India have. Yes, India ever since 1992 have won 7 games. And also, in the last 11 ODIs, it's actually been India have won 8 and lost only 2, with one no result that happened in Palakele. But look at the nature of wins that have happened. It's been so lopsided. A trivia question. When was the last time India had a thrilling India versus Pakistan thrilling ODI? When was the last time? You would have to think, you will have to search. 2014 Mirpur, 1 wicket, in which Afridi hit Ashwin for 2 sixes, and that was the last thrilling ODI. Apart from that, the 7-0, all the 11 matches that happened, every single match has been lopsided. And look at the last matches. Colombo, Asia Cup, 228 runs. Manchester, 89 runs in the 2019 World Cup. Look at what happened in the 2 matches in Dubai, 9 and 8 wickets. And then in the Oval in 2017, 180 runs. It rarely seems to suggest that Pakistan win by a close margin or India win by a close margin. The nature of the rivalry is so lopsided. You know, one aspect is weak, they will falter at the end of the day. And if you look at World Cup wins also, which was the closest that you think? 99, 96, 92, 20, you may say 2011 World Cup semi-final, 29 runs. That is the closest Pakistan have ever come. 15 lopsided win, 19 lopsided win. 2003, the tension was different, 6 wicket win maybe. But Tendulkar's masterclass ensured that it was actually a no contest. But there is one deeper statistic that is in the India versus Pakistan clash. How many hundreds have been scored when it comes to India versus Pakistan? 3. Out of that, India has scored 2. Virat Kohli in Adelaide, Rohit Sharma in Old Trafford. And the only 100 that came from Pakistan was Saeed Anwar in Centurion. Incidentally, his last couple of ODIs that he's played. But look at the 50s. India have scored 11 50s. Pakistan have just scored 5. And that is the big difference. 11 versus 5, 2 versus 1, 13 versus 6. Double the tally. That is why India's batters have always performed well on the bigger stage. That's why that 7-0 is further cemented. And you want more proof why India dominate in such a way? Look at the economy rate. India's is 4.5. Pakistan is 5.25. And look at the nature of wins that are there in the World Cup. 43-run win that India had in Sydney. Then 96, you saw 39-run win. 99 also, it was quite a close win with Venkatesh Prasad's 5 wickets. 2003 was by 6 wickets. 11, 29, 15, 76, 19, 89. This is how big the margins are. And if there is such a lopsided margin, there is actually no rivalry. It is dominance. 2 wins that Pakistan have had in the last 11 games. One has been a 1-wicket win, the other has been a 180-run win. That is the reason why. The confidence that is there in India is high at this point in time. There is one clearly better team in this era, and that is India. However, on the other hand, everybody will say, oh, no, Pakistan have won against 2 nations. They chased down 348. But if I have to use that same argument, who did they beat? They defeated the Netherlands, they defeated Sri Lanka. 2 teams who came from the World Cup qualifier stage. And you can argue Pakistan have often lost to the West Indies, the weaker team in that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to India versus Pakistan clashes, it's always been lopsided and in favor of India. The numbers prove it. Past records in this recent decade have proven it. India hold the edge, the batters hold the edge, the bowlers hold the edge. Why on earth would you want to call it an India versus Pakistan rivalry? I can agree. If there have been close contests, then it is a rivalry. But just because of political tensions, because of bilateral tensions, because of all the drama that goes off the field, this can't be a sporting rivalry as such. India versus Pakistan, the numbers show heavily favored in favor of India, and that's why if you look at it, on 14th, India are the favorites to make it 8-0. But Pakistan, being Pakistan, a mercurial team, they can make it 7-1 also. Let's not rule that out. Let us make it clear in this video, we are not ruling out Pakistan's chances, but to call this a rivalry, when there are better rivals when you have to look at it for India, maybe India versus Australia, maybe India versus England, maybe India versus New Zealand. In the World Cup situation, if you look at it, those are better rivalries than India versus Pakistan. Remember, a lot of money will be riding on that. But the quality is really lacking when that comes up. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.